Hello gamers, today I'm gonna continue the sniper tip series. Please watch the part 1 before part 2, because the first part is mostly important if you want to know about movements. So in the part 1 I've discussed different types of movements that you can use using any guns. Movement plus skills equals good sniper. For part 2 I will be discussing about basics and additional movements thought he didn't add in the recent part. Let's get into the topic. Sensitivity is not only on Call of Duty Mobile, it is also almost on all shooting games. Sensitivity is how quickly you can move your aim towards the defuse target. There is two types of sensitivity, a high sensitivity and a low sensitivity.
Contact with enemy! Enemy contact! Targets inside!
You can change it on settings, sensitivity, scope sensitivity.
Targets inside!
Tracking is a part of a gun's movement. It also acquires sensitivity and reaction time.
Contact with enemy!
Tracking sensitivity is mostly high, around 100150.
Enemy contact!
You can practice tracking in practice range using sniper tracking small things, realign improve your tracking skill.
Enemy contact!
Track on flying things or the red circle from far away, since far objects make it smaller, which makes it more challenging.
Contact with enemy!
Add movements while doing tracking, and it makes more challenging. You can see different types of movements mentioned in part 1. Don't spend too much practice on practice range, since the objects just repeat their moves and can easily predict. Practice on you versus I, since they are just like players, but new players. Prediction is allowing players to guess the outcome of future events, or the future movement of the target. If you didn't understand the example, just search on Google for pics of predicting.
Enemy contact!
Reaction time is between a stimulus and your response to that stimulus. When you aim your crosshair at the opponent aiming at the correct target and readido shoot, but your brain allows time to pass before shooting. Since time passed, the enemy should have seen Yoan have their win. Having that scene makes you bad at reaction time. You should have shoot the target before time runs out. Although it's hard to master because sometimes we struggling, sometimes something is coming on our brain, focusing on the thing that came in on our brain and lose track of the enemy and lose. What is better, realistically or normal scope, and what is the difference? Some say realistic scope makes it even easier to blank scope, and I agree with that. You can also able to see the target faster. It also actually adds realism by letting you see a little bit of a reticle and the scope before the animation ends. When shooting, ammos would be likely to run out, you're gonna need to reload. Enemies have a chance to go in your position and kill you. If you don't want to get killed, equip a base melee, run off with it, because base melee is good for sprinting away from enemies. Find a certain spot to crouch to reload where an enemy is often come. Do not expose your whole body when reloading, only expose the half body that's exposed will need to see if an enemy is nearby, and the other half will take to reload. Since I am already done discussing about the functions of guns, I'm gonna show you now how to do sniper movements, because the recent part, I only explained it but didn't show it, I only showed scenes. Let's start off with slide peeking. The following controls are needed to do movement. As you can see on the video, I need to slide once, then turn your camera towards the enemy.
Enemy contact!
See, even a beginner can do that.
Contact with enemy!
And for the second one, slide jumping.
Enemy contact! Enemy sight! Tango down!
Just press slide and jump scope towards the enemy.
Targets in sight! Enemy! Contact with enemy! Changing mag. Cover me.
Slide B hopping for the third one.
Enemy in sight. Targets in sight.
Slide then tap your jump button repeatedly and scope.
Enemy in sight.
Quick tip: if you're peeking or camping an enemy in a spot, and he already makes a hit, you will mostly cover to not get Coletto, not peek again in the last spot that you peeked in. Instead, peek in another spot that an enemy wouldn't see and make the move, or find a certain spot that allows you to go behind him. That is all for today. Can't really make it long because of my phone storage, and it's long to exporty. We'll add more movements in the next part. I will also discuss perks next part. Thank you.